Okay, from where we left yesterday, I'll cover that, and I'll also cover some more things which we need to do to see it for ourselves. Okay. So in that MN 106 Sutta, it is, there's a word called Sappaya, meaning favorable. Okay. And that sutta, if you have not seen MN 106, Aninja Sappaya Sutta. So the basic aim, before we get into the Nibbana, like what Ravindra has done, or Shaniel has done, or anybody has done or doing, is to move out of sensuality. That's the primary thing. And you will not move into out of sensuality if you have not got jhanic. And in that sutta, Buddha explains the domain of Mara. Okay, so he says here, Yacha Dhittadhamika Kama, Yacha Samparayika Kama, Yacha Dhittadhamika Kama Sanya, Yacha Samparayika Kama Sanya, Ubhayametam Maradheyam Marasesa Visayo, Maraseso Nivapo, Marasesa Gocharo, Ithe Papaka Kusala Manasa Abhijjapi Vyapadapi Sarambhapi Samvattanti Teva Arya Savakas Idhamanusikhito Antarayaya Sambhavanti. So what he is saying is the Kama Sanya, perception of Kama, sensuality, and Ditteva Dhamma is one, and Ditta Dhammika is another one. Ditteva Dhamma is Arhat, and Ditta Dhammika is different in terms of it is this experience, current experience, in this life experience. The experience what I'm having here, right now. Samparayika means what is going to come later. I've understood it is the same thing. It won't be anything different because it is the domain of Mara. Now we might argue that even in Rupa realm, there is death. Yes, there is. Nobody says there is no death. And in the Arupa, there is also death. Now the question comes, is Marasena is restricted to sensual realm? And the answer is yes. It can be even a fine sensual form, which is Deva. So the first jhana to the fourth jhana, the control of Mara keeps on reducing. And in the fourth jhana, it's not at all there. So from fourth till the eighth jhana, the Vijnana can never be found. Because Mara in search of Vijnana, and he can't find it. Mara wants Vijnana, the consciousness, so that he can position it. So it's not found. So I don't agree with this. What's the proof like that? You go to Godika Sutta, And that's the answer to it. They couldn't find. And in the same way, why Buddha couldn't find Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta is because they are beyond the realm, can't be found. They are in Arupa realm. Now then the question comes, are we going to be having Mara, no Mara in the Rupa realm? This becomes an intellectual insight only, which makes no sense. So for all of us, I would like to give a practice for all. Whichever day is a full moon day, that is 7th of October, is another few more days from today. 2-3 months from that day, October, November, December. This includes myself also, as an example. We will watch the breath for all the waking time till you go to sleep. There should not be a single day you missed it. That's the only assignment. So roughly works out to 18 hours or more. Now the question comes, what is there to watch the breath? Arising and passing, that's it, nothing else. How? What does that mean? So here is some formula you can use. Number of breaths per minute by a normal human being is 20. And make it in your mind that as many breaths is coming and going, your life is dwindling, coming down. Right? It is in line with Buddha Dhamma. You're not imagining. It's truth. As many as breath is gone, nothing we could do. But from now onwards, no breath will go without my knowledge. And you will be challenged in 3 parts, 3 times. One is while eating, you can't watch the breath. While drinking, you can't watch the breath. And while talking. Apart from these 3 states, you can watch the breath all the time. Don't do anything. Don't absolutely do anything except for watching the breath. Whether you're walking, whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're cooking, whether you're office, whether you're reading, no matter what you're doing, breathing, brushing teeth, toilet, whatever be the situation. Don't come up with an excuse that I'm not able to see it. I have other work. I'll go there and watch the breath. I'll go to a retreat. I'll do this. I'll do the. Stop doing it. There's nothing to be done. You've done many things. Just leave it. And just observe. Don't focus. It'll not work. Don't create an attention deficit or excess attention which creates a deficit. Okay? Just do the observation. I'll give you a clarity on what is observation. Observation is as though you're watching another person breathing, not you breathing. Like that. If you put effort in breathing, or meaning watching the breath with effort, you will not be able to do it, no matter where you go. Okay, so don't do that. Now, don't give excuse to yourself. Oh, I know, I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to do that because that's the reason I started with this practice session on Vipassana, because time that we get into action. We might be learning Dhamma, that's absolutely fair. No issues. We'll continue whatever we are doing today. But after this session, continue watching the breath. Now you might ask me a question, why? Now here is the answer. I'll give you many answers, but this best answer. Breath is neutral. That's the only thing that doesn't have raga, dvesha, and moha. If you didn't know that, what does that mean? Does it have delusion? To whom it should go, to whom it should not go? From animals to insects to all breathing things, right? It's same. It doesn't distinguish whether somebody is a Arya and somebody is an Anarya. Somebody is following Goenka technique. Somebody is following Sayadaw technique. Somebody is following Ajahn technique. Somebody is following Sri Lankan technique. Somebody is a non-Buddhist, let's say a Jain. Somebody is a Christian, and somebody is a Muslim. Somebody is a Hindu. Have you ever seen breath coming back and telling that as long as they are Ambedkarites, I will be in their nose? Or as long as they are Buddhist, I'll be in their nose, and non-Buddhist, no. Right? So Ambedkarite is an obsession, as Buddhist is an obsession. In the same way, Christian is an obsession, Hindu is an obsession. So everything is an obsession. And because of delusion. If I'm obsessed with something, I'm deluded. I don't know the reality. Because the mind is lost in its own world. So let's say I want to go to a retreat for 30 days. It's an obsession. Will you not breathe today and go there and breathe? Will you do that? In a 30-day retreat, 10 days is meant for breathing, another 20 days is meant for body sensation. You mean to say you don't have body sensation right now? You mean to say you're not breathing right now and you do anapana there in the retreat? So this is an obsession. Unless we come out of obsession, you can't be in jhana. Not possible. The obsession has taken over. So the breath is taken by obsession. I can't even see anything. So, how to do it from today? fairground. Now, when you start watching the breath, what will happen? It turns into adukha, asukha, vedana, not sensation. For the very first time, you will be able to discern the difference between some vedana, which we are all used to, versus vedana. So we need to go to the Buddha, not to anyone else. Agents are fine, but they're still agents, right? They are agents because they have learned it and they're better, fine. But that's not the end of it. They're still an agent. I need a OEM, original equipment manufacturer. I don't want an agent. Sorry. So I'm more interested in OEMs. I don't want some organization reselling it, repackaging it. Sorry. And breath is something nobody can package it, right? So if I were to watch for 18 hours today, I should watch it tomorrow. It's a habit. Just like I don't have an ability to watch the breath, I'll get an ability to watch the breath. It's a habit. Just like swimming is a habit, driving is a habit. You created a habit. It's a new habit, but you still created it. So in the brain, you created a new neural network. In the beginning, there was no network for driving a car. Is that true? From the day of your birth, you could drive the car? No. In fact, you don't even get a license until 18. That means you're not equipped, ready for driving. So what you do, you go to a instructor, a driving school, and you do all kind of mistakes. And that instructor keeps on telling, do this, do that, do this, do that. And in the end, somehow, in those 10 days, or as many days you've taken, you start right. And then you go to the test after 3 months of learning, drive with a person who is having a license, and you correct some subtle mistakes, maintain the lane, maintain the traffic lights and turnings and all of that. You're ready for a license. And you go and have a test. In the same way, to come out of sensuality, you need to learn this. There's no shortcut. There is no skipping. There is no giving reason. I don't think so Buddha said about meditation of breath. Nothing like that. Especially for those people who think they can directly get into panya, they will feel sorry about it. It's not going to happen without samadhi. And the samadhi will not get established if you don't have breath. Ajahn is right. In fact, in the book What Bobby Has, Still Flowing Water, there is a section on that. So at least the Ajahn traditions are far better than the Burmese tradition in that way. Anyway, now for us, no traditions, no agency commissions, no underwriting commissions, no school of thoughts, direct. Okay? So do this for yourself for the next 3 months and make a note when you have lost the breath. And the Mind Illuminated book is all about that, which Bobby and others are practicing. It's all about that. I'm not saying anything new. Please do that. Please establish all the 10 steps, whatever is there in the book. And don't ask me anything. Whatever he has written there in Chuladasa, please do it. Don't argue with yourself. I don't think so. It makes sense. Sorry, please do it. Please do it. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of doing it? You will yourself come to know what is breath, what is energy, what happens, what is jhana, what is not a jhana, etc. Right? You'll come to know. We have somehow misunderstood Buddha Dhamma to think that a jhana shouldn't be established at all because they give you rebirth, as though your aim is not to have rebirth. And yet, the person is obsessed so much to reach Sotapanna. Why? Leave it. And Goenka says, leave it. Okay, I will leave it. But why am I doing this? Don't ask me. That's even more worse. Because if you don't know where you're going, it's as blind as other traditions or other religions. I need to know where I'm going. If I can have a roadmap, like Bobby has gone to Pomona Center, did he drive without a map? He has a map. So for a worldly thing, if you want to have a map of the road, this is something you don't know what's going to happen after death. You shouldn't have a map. So question yourself, should you not have a map? You should. To get that map, only way to get it is by breath. So to answer to the questions about why I took this topic of neutral feeling, is that is where the magic is. That is where liberation is. Because if you want to attain Nirodha Samapatti or Sanya Vedata Nirodha, you have to enter all the 8 jhanas in ascending and descending order as many times as you could. There is no escape from it. Not possible. Just by Vipassana of watching the body sensations, there is no going forward. And just by reading also, it is not going to happen. So, my sincere request to all of my friends here, take 3 months from today. Don't want to wait till that 7th of October to bloom around. No problem. Start today. Right now. This is because the death is breath only. How do you die? When there's no breath. When you're saying you're alive, when you're breathing. Does a doctor check the pulse? Yes. Before that, he checks whether the breathing is there or not. Don't you think so? Life and death is all about breathing. So, how seriously should you then work? After 3 months, you will see a whole range of difference with this Dhamma, what we are talking today. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that we keep on discussing, like day before yesterday, Shaniel could get what I was saying on changing of perception and the feeling. I don't know how many of you really got what I was saying. I felt happy Shaniel got it. I didn't see that in anybody's face. He understood what I was trying to say. At least I'm pretty happy that he got it. And it's evident on his face. He didn't argue. I gave an example of being in Goenka technique versus this. How you can change perception. And the feeling changes. Right? So, if I want to look at samudaya rising, I need to get this breath in order. So Buddha talks 7 things that needs to be known. Sattatthana Sutta. These 7 things should be mastered. 22.57 Sayukta Nikaya. Okay. First thing, like I was talking yesterday on the left-hand side, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. And should also know that the Vijnana has Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara. The intention is coming from where? From the same Vijnana. Don't think that, oh, intention is one thing and the Vijnana is other thing. So there's only Rupa and Nama. So when we say Nama Rupa, it is this form plus Vedana plus Sanya plus Sankhara. Close the bracket. So in the words of Sariputta, he says Vedana Khando, Sanya Khando, Sankhara Khando. This is Nama. In another place, he elaborates it and says Assa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara. And like Mrityunjay, he is an expert in Abhidhamma. He has already studied this. And he goes on Abhidhamma route. But the problem with Abhidhamma is there is no experience. It's just intellectualization. And believe me, during death, this intellect is not going to come. It will not come. It's domain of Mara. It will not come. Done. That means all the Buddha Dhamma I have read will end here. No carry forward. So then what is carried forward? What will carry forward? Bhave tab. No Venugopal, Kamma is not. Sorry. Bhave tab. And Satchikata tab. And hence, for time immemorial, we will keep on saying like this. Anything that is happening in my life is conditioned by the God. God wills, I will get it. Because I don't have any other way. They are not wrong. They are absolutely right. When problem comes, I don't know what to do except for going to the God. Seriously. Even an atheist, a literal atheist, when challenged, will visit church. He's go mad. He will visit church, mosque, temple, shrine, whatever. Because it's part of sensuality. The reason Buddha says, when dukkha hits, they come back to sensual. It doesn't mean sexuality. You just come back to the sensual realm, which is rupa oriented. So all gods are rupa oriented, including the statue of the Buddha. Are you doing arupa jhana? At that time? No. You go to that whatever monastery or temple or whatever. I'll just give you another straightforward example. My friend's son was traveling in a car. Okay, that is my partner in Ladakh. From 1949 till 2018, a big rock has not fallen on any vehicle which were going in Zojila Pass. Never heard. On that day, 10 ton of a stone fell on this person, cutting off his spine. He was not doing anything. He was just putting on the headset. In the last seat, the car was empty, just enjoying music. Little did he know that the stone is going to fall on him. And before he could reach Kargil, dead. They took him by stopping all the traffic. Oh, he went to Dras, not even Kargil, which is just for 30 kilometers away. The hospital guy said, dead. So after I went to Ladakh to teach them meditation, we visited around, I think, roughly 50 monasteries just to get peace. Even if my friend was an atheist, for a change, he would exactly done that. It's unbearable pain. Nothing has happened to him. But he lost his son. Now the question comes, why it happened? Tell me, why did he lose his son? You'll get three answers. First answer, act of God. Don't we have in our contract, every contract has act of God? Isn't it there? And you'll not get compensated if it's act of God. Because it's act of God. No insurance company will pay you if it's act of God. Or even an employer will not do anything to you if it's act of God. There is a clause, act of God. If you don't believe, just search and you'll find in every contract, act of God. This liability clause doesn't cover if it is blah, 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 and an act of God. Right? It's there. Why? You don't know how it happened. Second, like Venugopal putting it, karma. Very simple word. You can just put everything under that. Everything that's happening in my life is karma. You know what? And that goes from life to life. That's another misnomer. It's not karma. Then you're left with no other option except to say it's random, it's coincidental. But if things are working, then the karma will not come there. Neither the God will come there, nor randomness comes there. It is I who did it. Right? I could enter into jhanas. I could not enter in jhana because God is not supportive. Something I'm missing. So what we should do? Tell Jina Panjara Gatha to get into jhana. Okay, I will do it. By act of God. They're doing it. They're taking that Jina Panjara Gatha. They're able to do it. But God is working. Then the second, karmic. Do good karma. Okay? The third one is coincidental. You did everything right, but something happened. They really have not understood anicca nature. It's from the beginning it was uncertain. To make it certain, you have to bring in conditions. And that is where Buddha squares over the rest. It's uncertain. Everything is uncertain. But you can make it certain if you were to build in the condition. And as long as the condition is supportive, it works. So when I'm saying you do 18 hours meditation, or sorry, not meditation, breath watching, or rather observation of the breath, you need to bring in the supporting condition. Otherwise, it's uncertain. You can't say how long can you watch the breath. Even though you're put there, I want to watch it for 18 hours. Just because you put it there, or I have put it there, it's not going to work. I need to have supportive conditions. And what are these supportive conditions? I need to have an interest. Chanda. Then I have to make up my mind, Manasikara. Then I need to have a contact, set a contact point. Passa. How do I keep on remembering that this is working? Vedana, feelings. And who is the onlooker of that? Sati. Then you get into Samadhi. I would ask me a question, where is this written? Anguttara Nikaya 10.58, Mulaka Sutta. Practice as per Mulaka Sutta. Till the very end. Nibbana Pariyosana Sabbe Dhamma. Why are you doing this for Nibbana? Right? You need to do that. So first have an interest. I will generate interest, rouse interest. Not Kamachanda, this interest. Yep. And then I can understand the three feelings, not the sensation, feelings. Again, I repeat, not sensation. Nothing to do with sensation. What is there to sense? Leave it. Ultimately, even if you watch a sensation, it turns itself into feelings. You're feeling uncomfortable if you're sweating. Yes, the sensation is sweat. Perfect. But the feeling is what? Uncomfortable. I'll give a nice story which happened yesterday. I was really shocked. One lady called me up who is in our Hindi group, and she had somebody gone to a retreat. And in 1990, he had piles. He went for a long retreat. I don't know, it was 30 days or 60-day retreat. I didn't properly hear to it what she said on the number of days of the retreat. But anyway, she said to me that the piles again developed in that person and he started bleeding. And he went to assistant teacher, and assistant teacher told him the sankharas are coming. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And that person wriggled in pain for the entire period because he's getting sankharas out. So this is where we have misunderstood the Dhamma itself. Even though Buddha has said, Attakila Matanu Yoga, Hino. No, Dukkho, Anariyo, Anatta Samhito. Isn't it Dukkha? So, objective here is add more dukkha so that it goes away. That's what the Jain philosophy is. If he was a Jain, you start enjoying the pain. Why? Sadistic. Because his mind goes berserk on that, oh, you know what, I need to have pain. So that this karma is going away. No. So we have misunderstood what we should do. So let's get our act going. Watch the 5 hindrances in when you get the breath watching. Make a note. If there is a distraction, means something has come, and fix it. If it's Kamachanda, take Asubha Bhavana, stop the breath watching, take Asubha Bhavana. Look at the body decaying, goes away. If it is Vyapada, take Metta. If it is Thinamida, start walking. Don't sit like that person with piles. Okay? Sit for some time, stand, walk, sleep. All the four postures. And don't sit for 10 hours on a couch or on a cushion. Cushion is made out of foam. And foam, when touched to your base, creates heat. Long exposure to foam creates aberrations. Small cut in the anus. And then if the person is prone for inflammation, it starts to get inflamed. And very soon, small clots will happen, which will burst. And blood will start to ooze out. And if somebody says that is sankhara, excellent. Why don't you drink some odd thing and keep on vomiting? That's also a sankhara. I think they should feed that to people so that they can keep on vomiting from above and something from below. Makes sense? Okay. So just be having some common sense in life. Don't give your common sense to somebody and ruin your life. If they want to ruin their life, it's up to them. But don't ruin your life. So observe what's happening. You require all the four postures, not just one single posture. And meditation doesn't mean closed eyes. On top of that, it's about watching breath, not closed eyes. Have you seen Satipatthana Sutta where it says closed eyes? Have you seen Anapana Sati Sutta MN 118 which talks about closing eyes? Is there any word for closing eyes being there? In the entire Sutta Pitaka, is there a single sutta which mentions sit in a closed eyes state? He talks about cross-legged and watching the breath. Where is this close eye coming? And then he passes it on to the Iryapabba postures. Four postures. It's about watching the breath. It's not about anything else. So just do this. And you will see the feeling. Certainly you will see the feeling. And in the end of 3 months, that is precisely on the 42nd day, I'll also tell you the day, 42nd day, an insight is going to come to you for every person. 42nd day, mark it. 21 into 2, 42. 7 into 3, 21. So from the time you started on the moon, full moon day, 3 weeks from there into 2, 42 days. The 42nd day, when the moon cycle concludes, you will have an insight. And what's that insight? The insight of anicca nature for yourself in the breath. and the energy system takes over, stopping the mind for a moment. And then you experience bliss, which you have never experienced in your life. And then you know what next to be done. All that you have known now in theory is completely transformed in practical. Then you know you have conquered. Now comes after 42nd day. You're talking about 90 days. It is 42nd day. Now your hunger reduces. You don't require sleep because now you are on nature's law, not an external law. Makes things better. At least, if not for 90, do for 42. Don't reduce. You want to see it working? 42nd day. Mark my words. You see it. Like what Archana was asking yesterday to Ravindra. Do it and see it for yourself. Will we have an insight or not? Insight is Vipassana. Okay? I'm talking Vipassana. It comes. And now you entered into the domain of dukkha, seen the dukkha totally. And you see anatta. That's the nature, not you, not me, the nature. Then from 43rd day, you are on nature law. Then you know what all will happen. Try this out. And let me know every day if you want. It works. Now, why I don't get this done from anyone is because it's long. And I can't sit with you and it's you who is going to watch the breath. I can't do anything. I can't watch for you. I can't say, hey, wait, Harry is my favorite person, so let me watch it for him and transfer it like $1,000 every day to his account and saying that, Harry, I watched for you. Don't worry, man. You just do what you're doing. I can't do for Ashwin, I can't do for Archana, or I can't do for anyone, including my wife. Nothing I can do. Why Moon Day? Because it's a time of change. The entire life world cycle changes due to the gravitation pull of the moon and the earth. So there is energy movement. You can use it. And hence Uposatha. And you can watch it every 15 days. Once you can see your progress. Because Amavasya means new moon day is going to come. Yes, Archana.
Sir, I wanted to ask that initially I used to properly take 8 precepts by chanting and then follow it. But I don't know what happened. Now I have become little relaxed. I do follow it, but I don't actually chant. But I do observe it. It's in mind. So, am I doing it correct or
Chanting or
is
not chanting has got nothing to do with it as long as you are following it. Because if you don't follow, you cannot watch the breath. Simple as that. As long as we have one or the other obstacle, you can't watch the breath. As long as there are immoral deeds, breath watching is impossible.
And for this 3 months period, we have to follow this 8 precepts, or even the.
Nothing to do
Is it
with
like
your eight
that?
precept. Whatever you are doing, it doesn't matter. Like in the Uposatha, you watch eight precepts, you follow eight precepts because that day you are living like an arhat.
That
Supposing you want to live like an arhat for one day. See, somebody has told, live like a prime minister for today. For today. You have to exactly follow the protocol, right?
oh,
For one day you become a prime minister. For one day you become chief minister. We have those games, right? For one day, fancy dress competition. So you wear that. For the whole day, you are exactly mimicking that. So why don't I mimic an arhat? Good, right?
right.
Ah.
Yes.
So for that, what I do? What will I do? I will follow eight precepts. That's how an arhat is. All the time, he's on eight precepts. Has anywhere Buddha said Patimukha? 239 rules. No. Arhat is eight precepts, right? Okay, one day, let me do it. Just one day. Can I not? Can I not sacrifice my one day for it? And watch the breath. Continue that with eight precepts. Should I watch eight precepts every day? Your choice. If you want to be arhat every day, okay, do it. In fact, that Anguttara Nikaya 3.70 Uposatta Sutta exactly says how an arhat is, isn't it or not?
So,
And he says, in the morning till the night, as an arhat is, so I am. In fact, you see these nice words of the Buddha. As the arhat is, so I am. Mark this word, so I am. If somebody asks, can I be an arhat? Read that sutta. As an arhat, so I am. So if somebody says, only this person can get, that person can get, such a madness. Everybody can do it. As long as you're a human, you can do it. But we are going here, there, that happens. So we can't do anything. And we are not settled. One of the main reasons why we don't get where we get is we are not settled. We are going here, we try something there, and we come here, try something there, we go there, try something there. That means we are going to hotels. Have you found your Kalyan Mitra? If yes, that's it. No confusion. If I have a doubt, no, I want to go, let me hear to this person, he talks very well. Oh, let me go to Goenka technique, that is very good. I'll go to that technique, Vibhu Sayadaw or Mingyun Sayadaw or Ajahn or this, on that. That means I am shopping. I'm still not ready. I'm just shopping. I don't know what I want to shop, but I'm just going to one shop, talking to them. Hey, how's your product? What does it do? Etc. Etc. Window shopping, not even buying it. Now I come back and say, forget all of this. I had enough of it. Just like what happened in 2018 for me. Enough. I don't want anyone No Goenka, no this, no that. Sorry, I have only one person. That's Buddha. And that's it. I don't want any agents. Sorry. No agencies. No colorful agencies. No monasteries. Nothing. I don't want. I just want the Buddha. And that's it. The Buddha, which is there in the Dhamma. They want to put on a huge idol of Buddha. That's not Buddha. Sorry. Come on, don't convince me that's Buddha. In your eyes, that's Buddha. I need the Dhamma. Tell me steps by step. Have you done it? And can I reproduce it? And have you got the result? And if yes, how did you do it? And I felt I should do it myself. DIY. Do it yourself. So I left all traditions. It made no sense. And when I saw the Uposatha Sutta, I was laughing. The Uposatha, what we do as a ritual, versus what Buddha says are two different things. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so then I felt, just look at this sutta, how he says, how do you clean your chitta? It's all about that. And Venugopal, if you are saying that the Buddha idol is for respect, I have no answer to it, because in the sutta, Buddha means Dhamma, and Dhamma means Buddha. So if somebody is believing in idol, it's his lookout. Yo mam passati, so dhammam passati, yo dhammam passati, so mam passati. This is first statement. Second statement. Yo patisamutpadam passati, so dhammam passati. Yo dhammam passati, so patisamutpadam passati. That's it. There is no idol of the Buddha. Why? Because Buddha is not an individual. Buddha is the state of the mind. And how do I know it? Iti piso bhagava. The bhagava is like this. What it means? Does it say Gautama Buddha? A tall figure? No. Even Buddha himself says whether Tathagata exists or Tathagata doesn't exist, the Dhamma is there. So why are we obsessed with an idol? Why are we obsessed with monastery? It's just a building. Instead, use your energy in liberating yourself from the samsara. That's it. I'm not saying you shouldn't donate. You shouldn't do this, do that. You do it. But do it without expectation. So if I just go to a monastery and donate something, it's just a donation. I could donate that to a monastery. I could donate to a temple. I could donate to a church. I could donate to a mosque. I could donate to anything. I could donate to an old person, I can donate to a hospital, I can donate to whatever. It's all about donation, dana. It doesn't matter where the dana is. Is there a necessity that I have to go to the Buddhist temple and do it? No, it's just a dana. Sila. Is that a necessity that I should have be a Buddhist to be a Sila? No. Sila is a virtue. And that's it. Dana, Sila, Nekkhamma. Giving up. These things are anyway going to die. So just give up. Nekkhamma. So Dana gives rise to Sila. Sila gives rise to Nekkhamma. Nekkhamma gives rise to Virya. Energy. You mean to say only Buddhist will have energy and nobody else will have energy? Come on, what stupid thing. Then Panya. You mean to say only Buddhists have wisdom, nobody else has wisdom? For all your work, you require wisdom. You're going to office, you think you don't require wisdom? You have wisdom. This is 5 paramis. Let's say the 6th parami. Khanti. Forbearance, patience. While driving, don't you think you require patience? While eating, you don't require patience? For cooking, you don't require patience? Is patience only restricted to Buddhist? Trademark TM and saying that, oh, only they have patience. Satya. Only Buddhist will have satya, no other satya is there. Knowing the truth. Only they can know the truth, nobody else. Adhitthana. Determination. Even a terrorist will make determination. He's determined. Adhitthana. Then metta. Only Buddhists have metta. Nobody else will. Upekha. 10 paramis. So somebody tells you, you don't have a parami. Ask the gentleman. So thank you so much. Can you tell me which one? He'll be stumped. It's just like somebody saying why this is happening because of karma. The same way, somebody will use this word called parami just to shut you down. When you ask him why it is not working, he says you don't have paramis. But ask that gentleman, sir, there are 10 of them. Which one you saw in me, I have. And which one you think I don't have? Ask him. He wouldn't, he would go blank because he himself doesn't know. It's just like somebody is arguing that it's karma. And you ask him, which karma? Which karma in particular caused this problem? Stumped. He has no thing to talk. If he were to go to the Buddha with this question, he would have answered it so differently. He would have said, Vilas, for anything you have to do, is there a condition to be met or not? Very logical. Yes, it is. To meet, or rather, to get a US visa, as an example, I need to show my bank balance. Why? That's a condition. I need to show where I'm working. That's a condition. I don't want US visa. Oh, fine. Then you don't require that. That means if you want to fly to US, or you want to fly to Australia, you want to fly to New Zealand, you fly anywhere in the Western countries, and you are in India, you have to produce a lot of proof. It's a condition. Nothing personal about it. You just meet the condition. If the condition matches, you get the visa. It's not the God who is going to give me visa. Come on, what stupid. What has God got to do with your visa? It's karma. Again, foolishness. What is karma got to do with your visa? No, it is you have to set the coincidence. Coincidentally, there was a person standing in front, and that visa officer was unhappy with him. And then when I went, he shouted, and I didn't get the visa. What has that got to do with the rejection of your visa? But if you are having necessary condition, both in your face and document, and how you open the topic, what you speak there, and how to showcase yourself, how do you prove that you have ties with your country? How do you say that you have financial stability? That will give you the visa, not otherwise. That's simple. So if I had gone to the Buddha, Buddha would have explained me like this: Vilas, set the condition right. Set the condition. Akusala, you have to drop it because you have to create a necessary condition. You're doing that because you have to set the proper condition. The condition is not right. Set the condition, Vilas. First you do that. Then I go in seclusion, work out, removing 10 immoral deeds. I come back to the Buddha and say, Sir, I think I have done removal of 10 immoral deeds. What do you think? And Buddha would scan me and say, yes, you have now done this. Now you sit there, watch your breath in every posture. Okay? Do that and come back to me after 3 months. Then I'm gone from there, traveling wide, and I'll come back after 3 months. And then he says, now you've done it, Vilas, good job. I will now teach you profound Dhamma, which is Vipassana. Now you're ready. Now I sit and do it. Okay, so let's start from today. Or you want to start from 7th of October? Right now. Good. At least these people are saying right now. So start right now. We continue doing whatever we're doing. All our desana, talking, sutta, blah, blah, all that is going to continue. But the breath watching should be there. For the next 90 days. You want an insight on 42nd day, do it from today. No, if you start today, 42 days from today. Irrespective whether it's a moon day or whatever. Leave that aside. You can't say, okay, for a few days I will try it out. No. No, no, no. That's not going to work. So I'm asking you this question. If you want 7th, Adhitthana start from 7th. Now you do whatever you want. Okay? So it's not counted. You decide. Anyway, good day, everyone. And we meet on Monday.